everybody! On behalf of Mrs. Coakley and Mrs. Goldstein, and Susan and myself and Maureen, I'd like to welcome you here tonight. This has been such an incredible day. Let me get a few announcements out of the way before we go any further. There are buses running from here to the after party. Everybody should be at the after party. We're going to pack this place. Leah McGuire's. There's a sign on the, by the, whatever you call that book, the sign-in book. Yeah, if you need it. And there'll be stops on the way back, so leave your cars here and take the bus. Please do sign the guest book. There's a little camera there. You can write anything you want in the book. And you'll see QR codes on the tables. Scan it with your phone and you can upload pictures for Kevin and Ashley. So there are so many people in Kevin and Ashley's life. So many. And it's a testament to them how many of them have been friends since childhood, really. And I'd encourage you throughout this evening to walk across the dance floor and meet people you haven't met yet. We're all family now. We're all stuck with each other, so we should at least know everybody in the family. And where's Paul? How about Paul's ceremony tonight? I've never heard somebody talk about two people, in this case, in a way that embodies everything about them, and it was unbelievable. You stole a little bit about what I was going to talk about. And it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. I'm sure you're all in agreement that we've all been waiting for Kevin and Ashley to find their life mate for a long time. And it couldn't come any sooner, because in a couple of years they'll be applying for Medicare and... You know, so. And Maureen, I would love to thank you for raising such an amazing family. We love your family. And especially a son who's so grounded, so smart, so good looking, who we've learned pretty much carried his brother through life. Where's Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Where's Ryan? Where am I here? Sorry. I'm nervous. So Susan and I are so fortunate that Coakleys have opened up their hearts to Ashley and our family. And honestly, with you, we feel so very much at home. And all of, not only your family, Maureen, but your extended family. And I'm a big believer in fate. I'm certain that fate brought us here tonight. And speaking with some of you earlier, I think you were essentially implying the same sort of thing. Everything these two have done and experienced and learned about themselves, individually, I'm a crier, sorry. Individually, a lot in their life with all of us, and especially their time together. All of this, the moon, the sun, the solar eclipse, the earthquake, brought us here tonight. And by the way, you should know Ashley planned this whole event. Within weeks of the engagement, it was all planned. And she did everything since then. She had a lot of help, so congratulations to Ashley for such an amazing job. And I should point out that in lieu of wedding favors, they're making a sizable donation to the American Breast Cancer Association. Once again, their actions speak a lot about them individually, and now as a married couple. Ashley's always been very organized and very much in control, as Kevin is learning. And I do mean that in a good way. From an early age, all things in life just seemed to click for Ashley. And I apologize, I'm repeating some of what Paul said, so he kind of warmed you up. Ashley's grown to embody qualities in a way that constantly I'm not going to ask you to come up and read it this time, Ashley, because it's about you. You're constantly leaving me in awe. She's independent. One of the first words she learned was the word independent. She's a force of nature who has carved her own path. From her first steps to her recent accomplishments, she has shown so much resilience and determination. She chose an incredibly demanding career as a critical care nurse in the cardiac unit at Children's Hospital. She treats, right? She treats everyone with kindness, regardless of who they are. She listens, empathizes, and understands, and she has a reservoir of boundless love for her family and friends. And what's most amazing to Sue and I is the love that and the bond she has with her two brothers. As a toddler, she assumed, it's true, as a toddler she assumed the role of mother, fiercely guarding them, teaching them, putting them in timeout, and they would actually go to timeout. You were always the one who could handle the chaos your brothers created. To this very day, you've stepped up to support and care for them. And if you know Max and Dan, you know what I mean by chaos. You'll be well prepared for your own kids. From the time a daughter is born, all of you who are fathers of daughters, you dream about the man that your father will grow up to marry. And knowing Ashley the way we do, and the high standards she set for herself, we had a pretty good idea of the person that might be. And Ashley spent a lot of time looking and finally settled for Kevin. So, and I caught wind that Ashley and Kevin were getting pretty serious, and early on I decided to do what any father would do, and I did some research and snooped on the internet. Kevin grew up in Duxbury, summered on Lake Winnipesaukee. You all know this, yeah. Went to boarding school at Tilton, graduated from Suffolk University with a degree in government law, was a mediocre hockey player. It's just what I hear. Got his master's degree from Curry in criminal justice, and like Ashley, he's chosen a career dedicated to the service of others. As a Boston patrolman and now a detective in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the city of Boston. Again, it speaks volumes of who he is. And what you may not know, and Kevin will never tell you about these things, he's routinely recognized for his outstanding efforts by the Boston Police Department and his peers. Just a couple of weeks ago, he received an award of excellence for a challenging investigation.
Thanks, Kev.
And he and his partner were just nominated for Boston Police Department Detectives of the Year. I know, it's no big deal. No big deal. It's a big deal to all of us, damn it, so take it. I found a few pictures of him online. In every one of them, he appears as one of those great-looking TV show cops, right? You know what I'm talking about. Guys who slide over the hood to the crime scene. Every picture, him and his partner strutting to the scene. Impeccably dressed in their stylish, yet casual detective outfits. Kneeling over some critical piece of evidence with rubber gloves and a pair of tweezers. And I found one picture of Kevin standing in his patrolman's uniform with his sister Jackie, like he was taking a photo with an adoring fan after stepping off a photo shoot for Hop Cop magazine. The beautiful smile, the hair. Sorry, Jackie, I'm talking about your brother. And by the way, it turned out that Ashley knew Jackie long before Kevin was even in the picture. Yeah, talk about fate, right? I recall one of the first family cookouts Kevin attended. First time we really got to know him. I had a chance to observe him from afar. At one point, I saw him out in the front lawn smoking a cigar, which he used to do. It was about sunset, and he was standing in the glow of the evening sun. The cigar smoke created sort of this orangey, glowing halo around him. And once again, he was dressed like he was just out of GQ magazine. The ever-present 3-day growth. And he spotted me and gave me sort of a cocky wink and a smile. Those perfect teeth glistening in the sun. Yeah, it was one of these. That was a moment. That was a moment. I remember thinking to myself, God, this guy is beautiful. And Kevin joined us skiing one weekend and actually warned us. He said, listen, Kevin's not a good skier. He hasn't been skiing in a while. Okay, fine, right? Y'all know what it's like to ski with a slow skier, right? And they met us at the lift, and Kevin was in his 1970s, ski outfit with his G.I. Joe goggles. And I thought, this is going to be a long day. In the first run, Kevin went ripping by us in perfect form. And Ashley and I are looking at each other like, what's up? Kevin stopped with a shit-eating grin on his face, and I knew then everything I needed to know about him. There's always going to be those moments with him, right? Over time, we started to spend more time with Kevin and his amazing family. And what truly won us over, and I mean this, was seeing him interact with his siblings, in particular his nieces and nephews, who we absolutely adore. And from that, we learned so much. There's an amazing love and bond among the Coakley family. We found out that all the kids refer to Kevin as uh-oh. His niece gave him that nickname for good reason, and they still call him uh-oh. And we learned of the many lifelong friends Kevin has, many of them women. And what I learned over the past couple of days is most of his male friends have slept with him and not the female friends. And we watched as he and Ashley fell deeper and deeper in love. Kevin makes her laugh and smile in a way I've never seen before. And it dawned on me, I was falling in love with Kevin too. In a healthy but weird sort of way. You probably think this is crazy, but I have a picture of him on my nightstand. Do you want to see it? You want to see it? I happen to have it right here. Is this Kevin? Oh, he's going to kill me. And even in my office, I work from home and I get really lonely, right? So whenever I'm feeling like I need somebody to kind of hang out with, I've got Kevin to stand by me in the office. It's Kevin, right? I probably shouldn't show you this. I did something else to prove how much I love him too. This is. Should I show you? My wife says don't do it. Hold on a second. I have his face tattooed. I love him. I love him. And by the way, you too can have a tattoo of Kevin on your ass if you want. I'll put tattoos out on the table later. You can all have them. Wherever you want to put them. Close to my ass is where I thought it belonged. I do love you, Kevin. In all seriousness. You had my blessings for this marriage. Long before that day, you stalked me at Stop and Shop and pulled me over in a school parking lot to ask permission. And as it turns out, he asked Max and Dan for permission before he asked me, which says a lot about Kevin, right? So this is the day. This is the day. How could I possibly hand off responsibility for the love, protection, and future of our sweet Ashley? And despite what I anticipated over the years, I am so much at ease. Ashley, it was truly an honor for me to pass Ashley's hand to Kevin earlier, knowing that his love for Ashley equals and perhaps someday will exceed my own. I'm so proud of you, Ashley. You look exactly as I imagined you would tonight. So happy, so in love, and absolutely stunning in that wedding gown. Am I right? Kevin, you don't look too shabby either. Would you all please raise your glasses and join me in a toast to Ashley and Kevin. We wish you a long life filled with much love and joy.